During a lively event at the Toronto International Film Festival, Sylvester Stallone showcased his characteristic humor when questioned about the potential return of his iconic character, John Rambo, in another film. With a playful sparkle in his eye and a mischievous smile, Stallone amusingly pondered if he should be grappling with arthritis at his age, highlighting the rarity of seeing someone in their 70s taking on entire armies. While the room burst into laughter, Stallone also hinted at his readiness to move on from the character that made him a household name. But of course, he couldn't ignore the elephant in the room, the relentless suggestions for him to return as Rambo. However, with a playful air, he posed the question, does it make any sense for a 77-year-old to fight arthritis when he's already survived countless other challenges on the silver screen? It seemed like Stallone may have officially retired the character of John Rambo, leaving fans with a mix of nostalgia and acceptance. But hold on, there's a glimmer of hope, or should we say, a spark of dynamite, in the form of Quentin Tarantino's intriguing plans for the franchise. Before we dive into what Tarantino has in store, let's take a quick trip down memory lane and revisit the adrenaline-pumping journey of John Rambo. It all began in 1982 with First Blood, where we met a Vietnam veteran trying to adjust to civilian life after the war. Rambo ends up in a small town, where the local sheriff and his deputies push him to the brink, rekindling his traumatic war memories and leading him to go on the run. The ensuing manhunt becomes the stuff of legends. In Rambo First Blood, Part 2 inches from 1985, our protagonist is presented with an offer, his freedom in exchange for a mission to liberate American prisoners of war in Vietnam. He discovers that captives are still held in a camp and possesses the expertise and capabilities to take action independently, embarking on a solo mission to achieve his objectives. Rambo III, released in 1988, follows Rambo's journey to Afghanistan to aid the Mujahideen in their battle against the Soviet forces. A twist of fate results in his former army superior, Colonel Troutman, being captured by the Soviets, setting the stage for a large-scale rescue operation filled with intense clashes against the Russian military. Fast forward to Rambo in 2008, and our hero is leading a tranquil life in Thailand. However, his peace is disrupted when he reluctantly assists missionaries on a humanitarian mission to Burma. When these missionaries are abducted by the Burmese army, Rambo springs into action, leading to a fierce confrontation with the Burmese army. The most recent entry, Rambo Last Blood from 2019, finds Rambo enjoying a quiet existence on his ranch near the Mexican border. But when his niece is abducted by a merciless cartel, he unleashes his full wrath to rescue her, resulting in an intense showdown with the cartel. Now, the million-dollar question, can there be a Rambo movie without Sylvester Stallone? It appears that Stallone may be retiring his iconic role as John Rambo for good. This isn't the first time he's hinted at stepping away from the character. Even before the production of Rambo Last Blood, Stallone had mentioned the possibility of moving on. This time, however, it appears to be a more definitive decision. At 77 years old, the notion of him returning as an action-packed former Green Beret might stretch the bounds of credibility. Stallone's Rambo has left an indelible mark on the world of cinema, and while we may not see him donning that iconic headband and wielding a machine gun again, we can't help but wonder what Quentin Tarantino has up his sleeve for this beloved franchise. After all, in the world of cinema, anything is possible, even if it means a Rambo movie without the man himself. So, for now, let's hold on to our hopes and keep our fingers crossed for more adrenaline-pumping action and humor on the big screen. Stallone might be bidding farewell to the iconic face of the Rambo franchise, but he isn't waving goodbye to the Rambo universe entirely. He's openly discussed his plans for a Rambo prequel series set during the Vietnam War. In this series, John Rambo would be portrayed as an outgoing football captain, and his wartime experiences would transform him into the brooding, solitary warrior that fans know and love. This approach allows Stallone to seamlessly hand over the reins to a new actor while staying closely involved in the project's development. Another intriguing possibility is taking a page from Quentin Tarantino's playbook and considering a complete reboot of the series based on the original novel. Tarantino even had someone in mind, Adam Driver from Star Wars, as his ideal Rambo, with Kurt Russell as the sheriff Rambo faces off against. While it's improbable that Tarantino himself will undertake such a project, the concept holds promise, and another ambitious filmmaker might step in to make it a reality. Irrespective of the direction taken, it appears that Stallone's time as the iconic face of the Rambo franchise has likely reached its conclusion. Now let's talk numbers. The performance of the Rambo movie franchise at the box office has a significant bearing on the potential for future sequels. It all began with First Blood in 1982, which started with a $15 million budget. The film performed admirably, grossing $47.2 million in the United States and an impressive $78 million internationally, resulting in a total worldwide revenue of approximately $125 million. Next came Rambo, First Blood Part 2 inches in 1985, with a budget of $25 million. This installment was a true blockbuster, breaking in a staggering $150 million in the United States and over $149 million internationally, resulting in a massive global box office haul of over $299 million. In 1988, Rambo 3 inches was released with a larger budget of $58 million. While it didn't quite reach the same level of success as its predecessor, it still performed well, earning over $53 million in the United States and $135 million internationally, resulting in a worldwide total of approximately $189 million. In 2008, Rambo had a budget of $50 million and brought in over $42 million in the United States and more than $70 million internationally, totaling over $112 million worldwide. Finally, Rambo Last Blood was released in 2019, also with a $50 million budget. It generated over $44 million in the United States and more than $46 million internationally, resulting in a worldwide total of over $91 million. The Rambo franchise has had a notable history at the box office with varying levels of success for each installment. When you tally up the figures, the entire Rambo film series boasted a collective budget of $198 million. In return, it amassed a commendable $339 million in the United States and a substantial $480 million internationally, resulting in an astounding worldwide box office revenue of over $819 million. These numbers underscore the enduring popularity and financial success of the franchise, making it a significant player in the action movie landscape. Now, let's delve into how these movies were received by critics. In The First Blood from 1982, some critics showered it with praise, earning it an 86% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, as assessed by 49 reviews, and a Metacritic score of 61, based on the opinions of 15 reviewers. As the entertainment world remained in anticipation, the chance of the Hindi Rambo adaptations remained uncertain, leaving fans to wonder if and when the iconic character would make his grand entrance into the world of Bollywood. Well, and that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. And your suggestions for the future videos are always welcome in the comments below.